Hello. Hello everyone. Thank you for clicking this video, and I hope you guys enjoy watching till the end of this video. So in this video, I will share about costless, nutritious fertilizer. And I hope that this video will help you save your budget while still making sure that your plant have enough nutrition to grow. So before we continue, I will introduce myself. My name is Cinderella Justine with the metric number D2018-108-2899. Some people often thought about giving their plant some fertilizer to ensure that their plants live as healthy as they hope they will live. However, there is this matter of distance and even money to give their plant a healthy living. So in this video, I will tell you a secret on how to make a low-cost and nutritious fertilizer for your plant. As we all know, fertilizer is either a natural or chemical substance that is spread on the ground to make sure your plant grows well. Some plants indeed can grow well even without fertilizer. But if we want our plant to live the way that we want it to live and to have the nutrients that we want it to have, yes, you can find the answer in fertilizer. The most common nutrient that is needed by your plant is nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. There are a lot of ways to make your own homemade fertilizer, but in this video, I will only show you the best 3 common organic fertilizer that can be easily found at your home. The materials that we will use is an apple, some hair, and some eggs. The NPK value of the apple is 0, 3.04 and 11.74, and the NPK value of the hair is 12 to 16, and the phosphorus and potassium value is 0. Lastly, the NPK value of the egg is 1.19, 0.38, and 0.14. However, in this experiment, we will only use the skin of the apple and the eggshell of the egg. The objective of this project are to make a simple but nutritious fertilizer and also to make a low-cost fertilizer for plants. In the end of this video, we will answer the problem statement on how to make homemade fertilizer. And people with distance and money problem can use this trick to fertilize their plants. So let us continue with the methodology. Okay, so first and foremost, you must prepare the product for your fertilizer, which is the apple skin, eggshell, and hair. Make sure the eggshell is crushed, the apple skin is cut into smaller pieces, and the hair is also cut into shorter length. Next, prepare fertile soil in the flat place that is suitable for loosening the soil. Third, mix the fertilizer with the soil neatly. And the last one, you can now use the soil to plant the plant. After a long-term use of this homemade fertilizer, you can find this project successful. While making this project, I had distributed some questionnaires to some of my friends, and these are the list of questions that is in the question. And the people who answered the questionnaire is listed as follows. From these 9 questions, can be concluded that 80% or more of my respondents are interested in fertilizers. And let's look at each of the questions. From question 3, I asked them, do you like gardening? And 68.3% of them said yes, they like gardening. And 100% of them said that they knew what is fertilizer, and 73.2% of them use fertilizers in their plants, and they know what problems that they face when they are buying fertilizers, which is cost and distance. 70.7% of them has faced these problems when they are buying fertilizers. When I asked them, have you ever thought of making your own fertilizers at home? 63.4% of them said yes. And I asked if they would like to learn how to make fertilizers at home through a video, and 56.1% of them said yes. And 100% of the respondents asked that the materials in the videos are easy to find, it is cheap, and the method is simple, but the fertilizers is nutritious. So that includes all of the questions in the questionnaire. From the results showed from question 7, Only 63.4% of respondents agree on making their own homemade fertilizer. This is because by making it homemade, they can guarantee that their fertilizer is 100% organic. According to Kilo Garden, in his blog, The Advantage of Organic Fertilizers Over Chemical Fertilizers, organic fertilizers improve the soil. A lot of gardeners chose to use organic materials and fertilizers because it helps the soil by allowing it to hold the water longer and even increasing the bacterial and fungal activity in the soil. As we all know, this symbiotic relationship between the bacteria and fungi helps in the plant growth. Synthetic fertilizer, on the other hand, depletes the soil of its nutrients, making it unproductive. Besides that, there are a lot of simple fertilizers that you can make at home, and 100% of the respondents agree that they also would like to make a simple fertilizers at home. Vanessa BT provides 15 ideas on making homemade fertilizer in her blog 15 Organic DIY Garden Fertilizers Recipe that'll beautify your garden. Amber Kanakal also gives us 8 best homemade garden fertilizer. Thus, homemade fertilizer is not just easy to be found, but also easy to make. Homemade fertilizers can be made out of food waste, which means you can reuse your leftover food for your plant's nutrients. How good is that? In conclusion, it is preferable to choose on making homemade fertilizer. A lot of studies prove that organic fertilizer is preferable for your plants. Besides, all of the materials that can be used in your fertilizer is already in front of you, but you haven't yet noticed that it can be used for your fertilizer. I hope you have a better vision on making your homemade fertilizer after watching this video. Have fun making your fertilizer! See ya!